Every time I hear somebody criticize a Trump cabinet pick, I'm reminded of two things. One is fairly inconsequential. We're 67 days from Inauguration Day, and it's really tough to criticize somebody when they haven't even started the job. But the second is really important. Every time somebody criticizes a Trump cabinet selection, I think about the last 4 years. I think about the caliber of the people that Joe Biden hired for really important jobs. All the diversity, equity, and inclusion hires, all the people that got jobs based on skin color, gender, sexual orientation. I think about people like Rachel Levine, our assistant health secretary, a woman who at one point was a man, married to a woman for 25 years with 2 children, who decided in her 50s to become a woman. All of that, of course, is her prerogative. This is America. She can do that. Rachel Levine says that she's a woman. Fine. But was she really the best possible pick for health secretary of all things? Health secretary? Do you think that maybe this woman and her views on health are just a little out of step with the mainstream? I'll let you decide at home. Then I think about people like Sam Brinton, who identifies as non-binary. And while I don't really know what that means, I truly do not. I know that on the day that he was born, he was definitely a boy, but I guess that changed. In Joe Biden's America, I suppose that happens from time to time. But Joe Biden thought that Sam Brinton was also the most qualified person in America to serve as our Deputy Assistant Secretary of Nuclear Energy, a job he held for exactly 6 months. It turns out that old Sam lost his job after he was arrested for stealing people's luggage at airports and then wearing the clothes around. So again, I ask, was Sam Brinton, the non-binary man with a mustache and lipstick, really the most qualified person to serve as our Secretary of Nuclear Energy? You think maybe Sam is a little out of step with the mainstream? Again, I will let you decide at home. But Sam now, he lost his job, he's been doing some consulting, and on his LinkedIn page it says, quote, "I have a proven track record of success in leading and growing organizations in the nonprofit, public, and private sector. My peers would say that I have extraordinary skills in identifying unique government affairs opportunities." Extraordinary, by the way, is extraordinary. No, Samuel. Your peers would say that you have extraordinary skills at identifying good bags to steal at the airport. That's what they'd say. And then I think about people like our press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre. She thinks that she's a historic figure. Take her words for it.
A year in this role, there's been a couple of things that has made me incredibly proud. Many things that made me incredibly proud to be at that podium during this historic moment. Again, this is a historic administration. I'm a historic figure, and I certainly walk in history every day. But this is also a historic making administration because of this president.
Whoa, whoa! I'm a historic figure. Now think about the type of person that would actually say something like that. Think about the ego on somebody to say something like that. How unself-aware could you possibly be? If we brought George Washington back from the dead and sat him down for an interview today, I don't think he'd say that. I don't think he'd say that if you asked him directly. Yes, Karine Jean-Pierre is historic, but it's not because she was the first openly gay woman to deliver a White House press briefing, according to the Associated Press, and only the second black woman to take on that role. How long are we going to do that, by the way? If Donald Trump were to nominate a black woman for press secretary, would we say that she's the third, and then the fourth, and then the fifth, and then the sixth, and then the seventh? Again, I'll let you decide at home. But all these jobs are about serving you, the American people, not about checking a box. Okay, we've got a gay woman, a trans woman, a non-binary person. We've got our first ever Southeast Asian black vice president. I'm talking about Kamala Harris, of course, a woman who was chosen for the job because her boss said that he would pick a woman, and then he was pressured by the media to pick a black woman, and that's why we got Kamala. But was she really the best person for the job? Well, if we base that pick on her ability to take over for Joe Biden someday, we got the answer last Tuesday. She lost to Donald Trump. She failed that test on Tuesday, so no. She was not the best pick for that job. And anyone criticizing a Trump cabinet pick right now, compare the Trump pick to their current counterpart in the Biden administration, and then get back to me and let me know who you trust more to do a better job. What Donald Trump is doing right now is different. He's trying to find the right people for each job not people that will get him pats on the back from the media. And the only Democrat that seems to get this is John Fetterman. Take a listen.
I would describe it as God-tier level trolling to just trigger a full-on China syndrome to own the libs in perpetuity.
All right, the media keeps describing loyalty like it's somehow a bad thing, but think about your own life. How much do you value loyalty? Loyalty is a core component to the human experience. There's no way around that. Would you marry someone if they weren't loyal or faithful? Donald Trump's cabinet right now reminds me a lot of the 1992 U.S. Olympic Dream Team, the greatest basketball team ever assembled. They were picked, everybody on that team, to play a specific role on the team. Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. But you know who wasn't on that team? The best point guard on the planet at that time, Isaiah Thomas, was not on that 1992 team because nobody really liked him. No one wanted to play with him. And Donald Trump is trying to do the same thing right now. He's assembling his dream team. And he's not picking the people that the media wants him to pick. He's picking who he needs to win, who he needs to make America great again. Donald Trump's goal right now, and I mean this seriously, this is not hyperbole. His goal right now is to leave office in January 2029 and unambiguously be the greatest president of all time. That's what Donald Trump wants to do. That's what keeps him up at night. Now, does he achieve that? Well, we're going to find out over the next 4 years, one way or another. But I think it's better to have someone with that goal versus what we've had for the last 4 years. I think that all presidents, if you ask them, go into their inauguration thinking that, yeah, I'm going to be one of the great presidents. I want to be up there on Mount Rushmore one day. I think Joe Biden thought that 4 years ago, but clearly that didn't happen. Joe Biden will go down in history as an aberration, a mistake. One of the worst presidents of all time. If there was a Mount Rushmore that was the exact opposite of the one that we've got in the Dakotas right now, Joe Biden would be on it. And Donald Trump, trying to be the greatest president of all time, is actually a win for the American people. And when it comes to his cabinet, RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, we should let them succeed or fail all on their own. Criticizing them right now, frankly, stupid. What do we know? Matt Gaetz might turn out to be the best attorney general in U.S. history. We just don't know. But I promise you that if they fail or if they fall flat on their face, I will be the first to criticize them here. I won't do what the rest of the media has done for the last 4 years, and that's continue this charade, this fairy tale that somehow Antony Blinken and Alejandro Mayorkas have done a good job. They have not. You can see right through that, clearly. And if you didn't, Kamala would be president-elect right now. But something tells me that this cabinet, this dream team will not fail. The cream always rises to the top, but again, I'll let you decide at home.